Hello, hello. We are live. Welcome, everybody. I am so excited to be here tonight. I was off the last 2 weeks and I've missed it. It was weird not logging into here on a Friday night. So I am happy to be back, but it's only for tonight. I am taking the rest of November and all of December off to have quality time with the family and the kids and do all things holiday. So we have a very special guest tonight. This is going to be an amazing way to send off for the holiday season. Her name is Chelsea, and she is also known as the Monarch Alley on YouTube and Instagram. She is I want to say part-time, possibly full-time reseller, but also has full-time regular job. So I think Chelsea is the only one I've had on here that also had a full-time day job while reselling. So I'm excited to hear these different struggles that you face when doing all the things that you have to do. So, everybody, let's welcome Chelsea to the show. Welcome, Chelsea.
Hey.
Yay, excited to have you.
Yes, I'm like I was
Oh,
telling you
we
kind
got
of
my
before we
guest
got
here too.
little friend.
All right,
Hey.
Lincoln says hi. All right, oh, one more guest. Hold on. Liberty says
Hey.
hi.
Whoa, cool shirt. Princess Peach.
Yes.
Very cool.
All right, we've got Christy here. Welcome. Cleaning your desk while you listen. That is the best way to do it. I can't clean unless I'm listening to something. Nutter in the house. Welcome. All right. So, Chelsea, why don't you kind of tell us a little bit about yourself, as much detail as you want to about your regular full-time job and how you got started reselling?
Yeah, wow, lots of things. So, yeah, hi, I'm Chelsea.
Starting from the beginning.
I work full time as a marketing professional. So I am the director of marketing for our local park district. So not quite a Leslie Nope, but a little bit.
Tell me
And I
something.
actually, hey, Lincoln.
All right. He's going to be a bug tonight.
I bet he likes playing in the parks.
Yes, we definitely love our parks around here. Where are you from, Chelsea?
Illinois. So I'm from Central Illinois.
Oh, you're cold
Yeah.
now, right? Are you already getting snow?
You know what? This week has been warm, but Halloween was freezing. Like I had
Oh
layers
my
on
gosh.
layers. So
Yeah.
yeah, the
Well,
leaves have
Arizona, I'm
changed,
still in
and
tank tops.
yeah, I visited Arizona once when I was in high school. I have family in the Phoenix area, and we
Okay.
went in I think March for spring break. And my sister and I were in our shorts and our tank tops. We were loving it because it's so cold, for us. And people were looking
Yep.
at us like we were crazy. Everyone was still wearing their hoodies. That lived there, like they weren't. Yeah,
Right.
I know, funny.
70s and we start bundling up.
Yeah, and we were just like loving it. So
That is awesome. All right. So did you say before he interrupted me, were you saying how long you've been doing reselling?
no, yeah, I didn't get to that part yet. So, yeah, I work full time and I'm super very part time with reselling. I used to be able to hit it a little heavier, but things picked up. So I started in 2019 when I had my second born, and I was, oh, I heard something.
No, sorry, just kids talking.
Hey, it's all good. I locked my door, but that is not always possible, and they will still bang on the door. I'm certain of it.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, there was one day where I was like shopping for shoes for my older son. So I have two kids. I didn't say that. I have two kids. So I've been married for almost 15 years. We have two kids, an almost 10-year-old and a 4.5-year-old.
Oh,
And
wow. So
yeah,
close to this age. She's almost 9 and he's a couple weeks, well, I guess just under a month from 4. Oh,
nice.
super close.
Yeah, yeah, and similar different age difference too.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I remember like shopping for shoes, which I hate, like you always have to buy new shoes and whatever. For my oldest, when I was on maternity leave with my youngest, and I kind of discovered like Poshmark through that. Like I was like, there's got to be a
Okay.
cheaper way to, buy these shoes. And when I discovered that, I was like, wait a second, these are like shoes that I find at the thrift store. I've been thrifting my whole life. Like we used to
Mhm.
go to get like t-shirts and whatever when I was in high school. And it just kind of hit me that, oh, well, I could sell his old shoes on Poshmark, buy some new shoes, and just kind of use it as a way to like keep the clothing cycle going. And because I
Yep.
was on maternity leave and had like all this time, I went like head first into reselling, and I was watching a bunch of YouTube videos. I actually found Becky Park, and we live in the same town.
Oh,
So
wow.
we're both in Champaign, Illinois, where the University of Illinois is. And
Okay,
so
yeah.
it like was 3 videos in before she referenced that. I was like, "What? She's here? Like this YouTube?"
Have you ever seen her out or no?
Yeah, yeah. We ran into each other at like a church sale one time, and then we've met up a couple times. But she works full time with kids. I work full time with kids. We haven't had as many chances to meet up as I would like.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's basically it. Is I just needed to like get some new shoes for my kids, and I stumbled head into it. And I had sold on eBay like very very lightweight before really becoming like a reseller.
Mhm.
And yeah, I just love it now. And then it kind of spiraled into having an Instagram and having a whole office dedicated to reselling and trying out a YouTube channel too.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I love the set area behind you. How did you come up with the name Monarch Alley?
Yeah, so I, being in Parks and Rec, am super into like the butterflies and natural areas and conservation and stuff like that. And so, yeah, we go pretty hard for monarchs, trying to help them out because were endangered.
Oh,
And
wow.
so I just really like monarch butterflies and like raising caterpillars and whatnot. So I knew that would be a part of it. And then I was just trying to think, what would a boutique name themselves? Monarch Alley sounds good. I was Instagram friends with someone whose name was like Orchid Lane, and I think I basically stole her
Oh,
name but changed it.
there you go. No, that's genius. Absolutely. That's the hardest part is coming up with a name because it's got to work on all the channels so that you can build a brand. And yeah, it was tricky. We've got Mary here. Welcome.
Yay.
Chrissy, excited to have you. Coco stopping in, but heading to bed. Have a good night. You're off sourcing all day tomorrow, right, Coco? And then we've got our whatnot tomorrow night. Here's our quick plug. Probably 90% of the people that are in this chat right now are going to be doing a whatnot tomorrow. And it's an
Wow.
all day raid train. We're going to start, I think it's at 12 o'clock Mountain. So 11 o'clock Pacific, and it's going until like 7 o'clock at night. Like it's an all
Whoa.
day. We're all in 1 hour chunks. Mary the merchant, she's going to start us out. And then I go on 4 o'clock my time. So 6 o'clock Eastern. And it's just going to be an all day fun fest. But Coco is going to be sourcing all day, 2 hours away from home, I think she said, and then doing the whatnot. I'll just do my normal sourcing, but
Wow, it's epic.
busy, busy. Kelly, welcome. I'm still trying to sell. Wish I could understand how to sell more. I watch for knowledge, but it seems hard. The more you do it, the easier it gets, girl. It definitely, experience is your best friend. And make the mistakes, learn from them. That's the best way to do it. Melanie, of course, excited. We have a wonderful community. Yes, we do. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up over here.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
Best thing to do, look stuff up and what's sold, and more sold, that's the thing you want to sell. Yes. So the sell-through rate, what Christopher's talking about for sure, making sure that there's more sold than what's available, and those are your slam dunks. All right, Chrissy's got a question. What is your favorite items to sell?
I love vintage stuff. And vintage now means a lot of different things. So initially,
Yes.
I am now vintage, which is great. Totally fine.
Is it 20 years? What is vintage?
Yeah, 20
Technically,
years
20?
is all it takes,
Okay.
baby. So it's like crazy, which is
Yeah.
fun because I do love finding 90s stuff. Actually, today, I wish I had it in this room, but I don't. I found like 2 baggies of, I just kind of popped into the thrift like after work before doing this. And I found 2 baggies of like 90s McDonald's toys. And some of them were like standout
Fun.
ones that I remember having. So I love doing vintage, but that is like, I expressly love like 50s and 60s and then 90s stuff. So it's kind of funny. I kind
Right.
of tend to skip out on the 70s and 80s a little bit. But that's primarily what I love, and mostly hard goods. Although clothing can be really fun too. It's just a really particular person has to find that vintage sweatshirt or whatever it
Right.
is. Whereas like a vintage tchotchke that you would put up on a shelf, anyone can pick that up. So those are my favorite things.
Oh, fun. I like hard goods, yes. and I'll be shopping Whatnot. Yes,
Yeah, do it.
gonna be a good one.
Man, I haven't done a whatnot in a while.
You're going on at 10 Pacific, 1 a.m. Eastern. Is that the final one? Because you're bookending us, Mary, right? You're gonna be the start and the finish. Wowzer, that's gonna be a day. Yes, definitely grab the whatnots if you haven't already. I just purchased my first 90s vintage for resale today.
Oh, you wanna
Ooh,
know what it is?
yep,
It does pretty
definitely.
well.
Mary's more of the vintage one. She finds more of that what mid-century modern, that kind of stuff.
The
I
trick
know
is I
nothing.
also like to decorate with the mid-century modern, so I,
It's hard
can
to not
often
see.
find things that are just for myself.
Yep. So, so true. Oh, Chrissy, thank you so much for sharing the Instagram. I don't know how people do it all. That's why I've got to have
Oh,
all
thank
my
you.
little witches to help. I picked 26 pairs of corduroy jeans, brand new, sold a pair for 80 bucks. There's
That's awesome.
corduroy hats right now, I think are supposed to be hot. I was listening to a Gary Vee podcast and he was talking about corduroy hats. So if
Okay.
anyone them, grab.
You remember the sound like corduroy pants make when you walk?
Yep.
That's what I laugh about. You know, in the
With the
Christmas Vacation
blanket.
movie? Oh, it's a blanket. Oh, cool. Like a Disney 90s blanket? I'm so
All right,
curious.
gonna have to send it. Yay, 6B, welcome.
Hey, hey.
All right, Mary, she said she's
You
gonna
made it.
send it. Let's see. Instagram. Oh, this is fun. So it's a comforter, right? All right, we'll see if it comes into focus. Oh, find my camera.
It
All right, the
looks so
colors are really off,
cute.
but that's adorable.
Mhm.
It's much darker than what my camera is taking a picture of my phone, but so is it a full comforter? You'll have to let us know. All right, so how is your family involved in the
Mm.
business, if at all?
Mostly in just a support role. So when I go thrifting, I try to avoid bringing my children because then I end up buying a bunch of toys that we don't need. Um,
Yep.
but that's, it's fine. It's fun for everyone. So they'll come out when I go sourcing occasionally. Oftentimes, like if my husband and I kind of do a weekend trip somewhere, he knows we're going to have to find a thrift shop. And so we try to kind of go thrifting together.
Yeah.
It's
I
always
think that needs to
fun.
be in our marriage agreements as resellers. Like,
Yeah.
that family vacations have to include a thrift. Weekends away have to include a thrift. Like, that's
Yeah.
just what we do.
You never know the different type of stuff they'll have, right? But he's into
Yeah.
it. He enjoys thrifting. He just doesn't really resell. Like I've tried to kind of rope my husband in, but it's kind of like so my husband and I used to also be in a band together and like both parents can't be doing the same thing. Like someone has to be available to watch the children. So that's
Yes.
kind of the obstacle that we found with trying to do that. So reselling is very much my thing. They support
Yep.
me and go sourcing with me, and
Sourcing.
that's about it. My husband has helped me a few times with like shipping, like kind of weird or larger items. So I
Mhm.
pulled him in to help with that. But otherwise, I pretty much run it.
Yeah, it's very similar to how we work because my husband also has his regular work, so he helps like pulling orders. I'll drag him to the thrift stores if we're out doing that. But to send him to the other side to source things wouldn't be possible because he wouldn't know what we're looking at. Like he would know to look stuff up,
Yeah,
but it's not going to be the same eye to go and grab the same types of things. So it's more of a support system than a thrifting partner, I should say.
yeah.
All right. We've got Lori
Hey.
here. Welcome.
I need to be keeping an eye on the chat too. I'm glad you're popping these up. So hey, Lori.
Yes. All right. Chrissy asked, what do you like to do for fun? I want more details of this band. What was this about?
Yeah, we're not playing anymore, but
Was it just
so
the two of you or how many others in the
no,
band?
yeah, there were others in the band. It's like a five piece. So we were doing covers. So we have this event in our community called the Great Cover Up, and local bands. It's like 2 nights, and it's every year. local bands will kind of pick a well-known band to cover, but they do more than cover it. They like fully like try to dress like the people in the band and like pick the
Mhm.
top 5 best songs, whatever. And so my husband is like has been way more involved in the local music scene than I have, and he really wanted to cover Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats. It's the band that he wanted to cover like years ago, and he was like, "I'm going to do guitar. Will you play bass?" Because I played bass in like jazz band in high school. I
How
was like,
fun.
I can make that work. Yeah, sure. So we did it, and all I had to learn was like 4 songs. So it was pretty chill, pretty simple. Well, the band had so much fun doing that that we decided to learn like 10 more songs so we could start to play out here and there. And we did that for a few years. And then, yeah, we had our second child, and it became very clear that this
Yeah.
schedule wasn't going to work out. But yeah, we did a lot of covers that were kind of like rock and like newish like rock R&B type stuff.
How fun.
Mm.
What a cool thing to do. What else do you like to do for fun now?
Yeah, currently, what do I like to do for fun? That's a great question. I'm a plant mom, so I'm very like
Ooh,
nerdy with my plants, and I have a lot of them.
awesome.
So going to the plant shop and buying something new, and yeah, I don't know. That's generally it. Going to the parks, going on hikes, plant mom, hanging with the kids. Those are the things I like to do for fun.
That is awesome. Jersey Gypsy, excited to have you.
You're welcome.
And can I join your band? Mary. Yes, that
Yeah,
would
what
be
do you play?
amazing.
You gotta tell us.
A one-woman band.
And you'll be
You
a
can do
groupie.
it. That's awesome. All right, let's see. All right, so you said your favorite niche is vintage. What is one that you wish you knew more about?
That's a good question. Well, I think with clothing, because it's so abundant, I wish I would kept up better with what was trending and what brands were selling really well. Um,
Mhm.
I feel like when I first started reselling, I was really good at clothing, and also just the economy has changed, the market has changed. I feel like I just stopped picking up things that people like. I don't know, and so I definitely wish I could keep up a little bit better with like current clothing trends and brands that will give you kind of a little bit more ROI. And
Right,
then electronics. I would love to learn more about electronics because that's where you're going to get a little bit more bang for your buck.
right. More risk, but definitely more bang.
Yeah.
Do you eat what you grow?
My plants. Are you talking about my being a plant mom? I do garden, if that's what you're asking. Um, we have mostly it's just house plants is what I'm referencing. But we do, yeah, we're trying to do more with raised beds and gardening. I just got to get better at like actually caring for the garden and watering it because sometimes in summer we get busy and then I'm like, oh no, my tomatoes.
Yeah. If you forgot them here, they would be like beef jerky by the end of the day. They'd be roasted. So we don't have any chance of a garden here unless it were like a greenhouse or something. I don't know how they do it, but I kill them. Clothing is such a hustle these days. It is. And it's like super trendy. So all the college kids are doing it and it's
Yes.
becoming a cool thing to do. And they're all gravitating to the clothes. Whenever I go to Savers, all the clothing aisles are all just the younger 20-ish and younger searching for resale stuff. Because they're it's almost like a new wave of reselling because now there's bebop or whatever that's called and whatnot
Depop?
or yeah, and just there's so many more platforms that seem cool. And
Yeah.
then like whatnot, if depending how you run your channel, that could just be a rock concert that you're showing clothing in, and there's just a whole new growth of reselling. It's not just your generic eBay anymore.
Well, I think that's
Speaking of,
why.
do you sell on other platforms or strictly
Oh
one or
man,
the
yeah, as many as I can. I use List Perfectly. I know like a
other?
lot of other people use Vendu. I don't really know the difference, but I got on the one and I'm staying on the one for now.
Right.
So I like it. It works for me. And I resell on, like I saw on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari. I know a lot of people are like over Mercari, but I still occasionally make sales there. So to me, it's worth it.
Yeah.
And Facebook Marketplace too. And then I
Hmm.
was doing Whatnots, but I just really felt like Unfortunately, just my consistency, like, I couldn't be consistent, and the people weren't
Right.
showing up in my sales, and so it was really hard for me. I have very limited hours to be able to even do a whatnot in the first place, and so when
Right.
I'm there for an hour and I prep for an hour, and make $7, it was just really tough to justify doing
Yeah.
it. But,
That's
like,
kind of where yeah, that's where I'm at now. I've only done 2 shows. The first one was a hit because all my groupies in the chat were there and supporting and buying stuff, and it was just high energy and fun because it was all my friends in there. But then I do show number 2, and, I mean, friends have a life, so they weren't all there,
sure.
and it took me because I was doing it where I took pictures of every item, which is kind of the what everyone does on Whatnot, and I'm doing the whole show, so it's at least an hour to prep, an hour to do the show, and then, if not more, probably an hour and a half of prep, and I didn't make a single sale.
Oh, man, that's tough.
It's discouraging. Like you're like, okay, well, all right, nobody liked anything. See you guys next week.
Well, it's
So,
like you mentioned, there's a lot of kind of, maybe college students that are selling like
mhm.
they're like selling t-shirts for crazy amounts of money. And I'm like, wait, is it because I'm a mom? Like no one's entering into my sale. I got those same t-shirts sometimes.
Right.
So
Yeah,
sometimes it
it's like
feels
you
like
really have to
they're
build up that following. So it's
Mhm.
almost, I think Coco was the one that was mentioning about starting with plush. That's what she always did. And she's building this huge following, and then you can start expanding. But I'm not going to always do plush because I don't want to store all the plush. So I want to
Right.
start clearing stuff that I'm already sourcing. Like I had all these high-end men's clothes, big and tall men's clothes, but I can't do the dollar, $2 starts like some of these big channels can do because it's not going to be bid up. If somebody bids a dollar, they're buying those jeans for a dollar.
Yeah.
So I've got to build that following, and I'm hoping with the raid train tomorrow, doing all Christmas, and luckily most of it I got for really really cheap, like ornaments for 50 cents or a quarter, and like stuff for pretty cheap, so I can do cheaper starts,
Well,
and I
people
think
go
that
crazy
will
for Christmas stuff
grow
on
that.
Whatnot too. So
Yeah.
hopefully that is in your benefit and in your favor.
Fingers crossed, and it's at a good time. I'm hoping 4 o'clock on a Saturday, and we're because it's doing the whole raid thing. Everyone's going to be pushed over to the next show, and I forget who's before me. I might have to look at the schedule, but it's someone she was just on Coco's live last week. I can't think of her name right now, but she's big on Whatnot, so I'm hoping there's a good little dump into my show
Wow.
after, and then I dump over to Ryan and Christina. I don't think they're in here right now, or at least they're not in the chat. But if we keep rolling these people over, that should keep helping the next people. But not everyone's
Yeah,
going to be on there for 12 hours, however long this show is going. But at least popping in and out of everybody's show, and
that's
it
so
should be
fun.
fun.
I will
And
definitely try to
hopefully,
pop in.
I can't grow anything to eat. I am with you, Chrissy. Mary can grow mold. That is a
Oh,
talent. I like that. I can grow outdoors, but not indoors. I kill everything, Mary. I even kill cactus. I know you wouldn't think you can kill cactus, but you can. So the trick is to completely neglect it. My
yes.
best cactus, I never touch.
Yeah,
The ones that I get a little squirt every once in a while, they end up croaking.
they don't want that.
That's what?
What's kind of cool in Illinois, we can actually grow prickly pear cactus outside,
Really?
and it doesn't survive the frost, but it comes back every year. So I actually have some prickly pear cactus
Fancy.
in my front yard.
That is
You
crazy.
would never expect that it could handle the snow.
You wouldn't think so. I finally bit the bullet and scheduled regular shows, hoping the raid train helps with new followers and gaining traction. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. And Mary gave the idea of different giveaways. I thought if you did a giveaway, it's to anybody who's in the show. But she said you can pick a giveaway just to followers and a giveaway just to buyers.
Oh,
So
cool.
you can kind of favor the ones that are supporting you. So I like doing a giveaway to followers because you can announce it at the beginning, like, okay, in the
Mhm.
next 30 minutes, I'm going to do this giveaway. Make sure you follow the channel. And then if you're not followed and you're just randomly in and out of shows, you don't have a chance to win it. So I like that. And I also like the buyer one at the end of the show that, okay, if you've already bought something, then it's not extra cost to ship it to them because it's going in the same box. You can throw in another little giveaway to them. So I
That's so
liked that,
cool.
and I think that's going to also help everyone. grow their channels. I'm hoping that as well. The train plus consistency. Yeah, and there's a few. I know Mary and Coco are gonna keep doing Christmas shows every week until Christmas or close to it. And I'm tempted
Wow.
to do that because I want to keep buying Christmas. So if how much sells tomorrow, I'll roll all that stuff over and then keep buying it. And then if it doesn't sell at the end of the season, I don't know what I'll do with it. Ghetto
So is the whole
gazelle.
day
Is
dedicated to,
for me.
oh, sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
Is the whole day dedicated to Christmas specifically? Okay,
Yes,
cool.
it is all Christmas. People are stretching it a little by saying like Christmas gifts. So I have a couple like beauty box, like Victoria's Secret. It's one of their winter smells
Oh,
of a
nice.
body smelly lotion set. So it's not Christmas per se, but it's a Christmas gift. And
Mhm.
then there's another Bath and Body Works lotion potions set. So kind of that line between Christmas gifts and all things Christmas.
Nice.
Grumpy is before me. Okay, I thought it was Tiffany. So Grumpy is before me, but yeah, they're all going to have amazing people on. I'm excited. I'll be popping in and out all day. That is the plan. Chrissy's the engine, Mary's the caboose. Okay.
Nice.
Mary would make a good caboose. See, with a bigger butt. I can even kill cactus. I'm with you, Chrissy. I don't know how I do it. I haven't done whatnot in over a year. I put a bunch of stuff in my buy it now over there.
Oh, I
I
forget
haven't
to
even
do that.
yeah, I need to. I even did the easy button for this one. I'm hoping it doesn't bite me in the butt. Rachel Strickland doesn't take pictures of the stuff that she's putting on her whatnots. And she just says like Christmas number one, Christmas number two,
Right.
and holds it up. So then you're not wasting that time taking all the pictures. And then they're categorized by weight. So it's like Christmas 5 ounces, Christmas 10 ounces. I'm really hoping this doesn't bite me in the butt, but I'm trying to think how to do this. And then when people buy, I just have to put their stuff in a pile and I'm not having to do all the extra legwork of taking pictures of 200 ornaments. So,
Yeah, when I've done whatnots, I've done like toy sales. 6 by 6 actually was in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still in, but he bought some of the toys from some of my whatnot toy sales. I would have like a you pick sort of thing, so I'd have like a whole just like bin of little figures, and people would tell
mhm,
me like what they wanted. So then what I would do, because I didn't have a listing that showed that it was a you pick. So I would just put everything in a Ziploc baggie and then write like a post-it of their name and like how much it was. And that was
yeah,
kind of my way of keeping organized. And it worked really well. As far as I know,
that's
I
what
never sent the wrong order to the wrong person.
that's what I'm afraid of. But I'm hoping this works. And we're gonna do again, I'm learning from everyone that's doing it. The you pick. So I'm gonna hold up like 3 ornaments, and then the first winner gets to pick of those 3 ornaments. And
Yeah.
it's gonna be I guess they call it like rapid fire, 15 seconds, and just keep doing that. And then I'll hold the same two, add a third one. Okay, you pick, we'll go to that one. And just keep doing that for like
Yeah.
10 minutes just to blast through all the ornaments.
Oh, that's so fun.
I just hope I have enough small boxes. I might need to order some because there's gonna be little ornaments, and I don't know if they should go in polys or if I should box them, but I bet a poly would be fine if I bubble wrap it. All right, thinking out loud. Sorry.
Yeah. All good.
Let's see. That was a trap. I keep buying it. Might as well sell it. Christy, do you get sales from the buy it nows on whatnot? That is a great question.
Never really done it.
Said
I
you
mean, I
just
did
did
it
it,
once
so
for someone that was in I think someone was in one of my live shows. They couldn't buy something in the moment, so then I created a buy it now for them, and they actually came through and bought it later. That's the one time I've ever
okay.
done it.
All right. If you haven't yet, just added a bunch of stuff to test it. Oh, Katie's here.
Hey,
Welcome.
Katie, what's up? I had the opportunity to be on Katie's channel once, and that was really fun
Hey. Oh, she's amazing.
for sure.
And she's a whatnot queen, an absolute whatnot queen. I had hopped
It
into
gets me
one of
every time.
hers. I know, and they're just so chill. Like, I feel stressed when I start a Whatnot, and then I'm watching Katie's, and she's like, "I'm just gonna build this little packet of some nice looking paper, and okay, we need this envelope," and it's just so chill. Like, I need to chill out when I'm on these Whatnots. Like, I feel the stress and the pressure. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, this is a show. Like, calm down, Jennifer.
Well, it
So
feels like you
I
have
need
to be entertaining sometimes, and it's like, not really. Yeah,
right. They're watching me to watch me. If they want the entertaining, they'll go to another channel.
exactly.
Because there's such a range on Whatnot. It's funny to just go through all the different lives because you've got your QVC like professional setups, and then you've
Yeah.
got your hipster with the rap music partying on every other F word, and then you've like it's just such a range. And then you've got the mom in a closet just showing all of her clothes, and like it's crazy when you go over there.
Yeah.
It's almost scary because each room you're worrying to like, okay, what am I getting this one? What am I gonna find in this room? A little whatnot roulette.
For real. Actually, Katie, I thought of you today because at the thrift there were some library books that still had the cards in them. But I just
Ooh,
because I love those bookmarks that Katie makes, but I didn't bite the
yes.
bullet and get them because I'm not crafty like that.
And I'm not. You are not a hot mess, and if you are, you hide it so well. So well.
Don't even play. You're just trying to make us feel better.
I was thinking of you, Christy, when I said that. Mom in a closet. Sorry. You were in the closet, but yeah. All right. You had a show in a closet. That is impressive.
I kind of did
That
that one
is
time where I was literally cleaning out my own closet. And then actually the only time I ever got rated on Whatnot was during that show. And then all of a sudden everyone's like, show me that sweater, show me this t-shirt. And I sold a few extra things from that random raid. It was really cool.
oh fun.
It's like this whole thing.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. What is your favorite way to source? Garage sales, bins, thrifts, estate sales? What's your jam?
Probably my favorite way because I love vintage so much would be estate sales, but I have a hard time on the weekends getting to like garage sales and estate sales just because of our family schedule and my general laziness. So that's probably my favorite way. Thrift stores are my more consistent way. It's just, the prices are really going up and they're so picked over compared to even just a
Mhm.
few years ago, which is a
Right.
bummer. But it's easiest for me to be like, the store's open. I'm available now. I'm going to go source
Right.
compared to scheduling the time on a Saturday morning or whatever. I have done the bins a few times and I've definitely found some gems. But man, you got to be hardcore to be at the bins. And I don't know if I'm there.
Yes. Well, the different kinds of bins, the Goodwill bins, I feel like that's a huge commitment because you're just digging and digging and digging. But the other bins, more of like the wholesale Amazon type bins, I feel I like them personally better because you're actually able to find treasures. Where I feel
Yeah.
like Goodwill, you're just digging so much to find those treasures, and it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
The new thing is District, especially the vintage sellers. What is District? Is that
What
another
does that
platform?
mean? I
All
need to
right,
get
Jersey,
on it.
let me know. Is that another platform? Don't tell me it's another platform. I can't keep up with them. Oh my goodness. Whatnot is a whole nother world I know nothing about. I know very little, and I'm going to learn a lot more tomorrow when I'm just thrown in. And that's the way I needed to do it because I kept putting off after that bomb of a show of clothing. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, it's not for me. It's fine. I do well on eBay. Like having my own little self-talk here. It's not
Mhm.
about you, it's me or what it was. And now tomorrow I'm hoping I learn another thing or two. Oh, do you know who rated you?
Ooh, I don't Mama something, like Mama Chicky or, um wow, you're really making me dig deep. It was really cool. It was definitely someone that had, like, some people in their show, like, a lot of people in their show.
How
Um,
many ended up in your show after they rated?
well, I would say I went from having, like, 3 people there as I'm showing, like, sweaters from my actual closet, to, like, 40 all of a sudden, and that was really
Nice.
exciting, yeah, to get
Did you
that
do a
7
little
person.
dance in there?
I
Woo,
tried to
it's a
work it
party.
because, like, the thing is, a lot of people freeze when they get rated, and it's like, no, 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 capitalize on those
It's
sales.
cool.
So I
Yeah.
just started like running things. Like I showed a sweater and I ran it, and I showed a t-shirt and I ran it. And one person loved my t-shirts because I have a ton of graphic t-shirts. It's insane.
Oh,
And I tried to clear out some of them, and one person went crazy for those. So yeah, I wish I could
yeah.
remember. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's all right. That was still nice of them.
Yeah, it was cool.
All right. Yep. Come join us on Saturday, Pish Posh. Bins are fun. So, Chrissy, your bins are fun. Yours, Coco's, and I don't know if it's the same ones. Kristen? No, Kristen's in Colorado. When you and Coco show your bins, they look nice. They look well lit. They look like they don't smell weird. I mean, I can't smell them, but they look like they don't smell. So, yeah, yours look like they're fun. Mine look like they're the bottom of the swamp. So, they're not like they're icky. I don't know if it's just mine or I'm biased. I don't know, but yours look like a lot of fun. Mine not as much.
I'm in a spot where bins are like 2 hours away no matter what direction you go. So I don't have anything close enough to make it super accessible. I've been to the St.
Mhm.
Louis bins, like twice, and I think I've been to Indiana once.
Okay. I
About
think
it.
St. Louis was one that Kristen, Rural Squirrel, she did a whole bunch of like her favorite bins she's ever been to. And I think St. Louis was one that she liked.
Yeah, that one I
She's
found like
a
some
whole bunch
vintage
of
Coach purses, like leather purses at, and that was pretty
them.
exciting. Mhm.
Nice. All right, we've confirmed it is a new platform.
Oh no, District? So is it clothing, hard goods? Is it everything? I'm curious about District.
Oh my goodness. Why do they keep coming up with more? I just jump on the one and then there's still five I'm behind on. Like I
Yeah.
said with Bebop, I'm not even going over there. Leave that to the
Mm-mm.
cool kids. Vintage Hunters started doing it back in the summer. Misty Stores vamp on District.
They
We
can
can
be
be
smelly.
sometimes and aggressive. Yes, all bins are aggressive. Like no
Mhm.
matter which ones, which style, it's aggressive. Elbows be flying. Sellers are getting a cut. That's interesting.
Oh, maybe for promoting District, is that
Maybe.
Do you want me to stop the show?
Go ahead, baby.
Because I know.
I'll be there shortly.
When are you gonna?
I don't know. We've got probably about another 20 minutes.
I'll start it in like 10 minutes.
Okay. Planning our nighttime routine. Okay, so I want to hear about your obstacles that you overcome as a working full time and trying to balance reselling and being a mom of two. What are some of your the biggest obstacles?
time. Yeah, not be able to body double myself. I
Yep.
had I had a really good thing going when I was working from home because there was generally less work going on, and then during like breaks and evenings we weren't going out, there's not, during those times. And so I felt like I was really hitting my stride with reselling in 2020 and 2021. And of course,
Mhm.
people were getting like they weren't going out, so there's online shopping more, the whole thing.
Right.
And then like I just started noticing a decline in 2022, and the obstacle was being motivated for the little precious time I had using it for reselling, even though I wasn't seeing the same return I wanted. And then
Right.
my kid's bedtime became my obstacle. My kid went from being in his crib where we'd lay him down, he'd go right to sleep. It was delightful. He moved out of his crib into like his toddler bed, and he had freedom, and he stopped sleeping for a long time. So my time to do reselling work used to be after the kids would go to bed, maybe like 8 to 10. I'd list
Mhm.
things, I'd take pictures, everything. Well, suddenly my kid wasn't going to sleep anymore. And so I had to be like dealing with him and trying to convince him to go to sleep. And I really fell off with consistency when it came to YouTube and reselling in general. And so the
Right.
obstacle now was like figuring out just time. And I feel like I'm starting to get back in the swing of it. He's getting a little better. It's been like a whole year of it.
We're still in
But
that boat. Chelsea, we're still in that boat. Like my 4-year-old is awful. The 8-year-old, she's down to her routine in bed by 8 o'clock, like
Yeah.
clockwork. The 4-year-old is a hot stinking mess. And there's nights that he's up till after 9 o'clock at night.
Yep.
And I'm like, my goodness, dude, go to bed.
Oh yeah, we were pushing like
Oh,
11 some nights, and I know that's like mom life, and it happens, but it got really exhausting because that was like my only time that I carved out for
right.
myself. So then I'm
I
like,
want to be an
okay,
adult. I want to do what I want to do. Like,
yeah,
phew. So luckily, my amazing supportive husband, who I don't know if you can hear in the background, he usually hangs out with him while I can still get my listings done and do my nighttime reselling stuff. And yeah, so if you have any tricks to get that little turkey to bed, that can use that all.
I don't know how you would feel about it, but so like I when my oldest son was 5, we started reading Harry Potter. Like I read it out
Mhm.
loud to him every night, so it's taken us 5 years. We're still in the series. And my toddler, I'd prefer to like that's like a big kid book, right? So I prefer to be reading that
Right?
without him in the room, but he's got the FOMO and he's gonna want to be in the room. So I read my toddler his quick story, and then I start reading Harry Potter, and then the toddler falls asleep almost every night because it's like above his head. So you
There
might try
you
like a
go.
long, boring chapter book with your oldest that your youngest might fall asleep during.
Oh, that's funny. Well, the stink is, not to get too off topic, is that he's still napping at daycare. So
Yeah.
to have a 4-year-old getting a 2-hour nap in the middle of the day,
Mm-mm.
he's got energy till 9, 10 o'clock at night. And that's it. If he doesn't nap like on the weekends, he's out by 7 o'clock. But
Yeah.
he's napping. But then on the weekend, he'll still try to sleep because it's his body. He's used to these naps, and he'll crash at like 4 o'clock on the couch.
Oh,
Like, no, no, no. Like, this
yeah.
is the worst time. Wake him up, wake him up. So that's our crutch. That's the thing that's keeping him awake late. And as soon as we can finally get rid of that, maybe by kindergarten, we'll see.
Yeah, my 4-year-old started preschool in September, and that's helped a lot because he doesn't have nap time anymore. And he melatonin girl, I it's sometimes it works, sometimes it didn't. You
Yep.
know I tried it all.
Tranquilizer. Oh, that's one, Chris. Yeah.
Tranquilizer.
Just wait. Teens get super chatty around 11.
What?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I'm not ready for that. Yeah. That's interesting.
My kids had to have it, and as adults too. Yeah. When my 8-year-old, when I know she's gonna be antsy that night, she's excited for something the next day, that's when the melatonin is super helpful. I tried boring TV with my daughter when she was little. She liked the black and white shows on Nick at Night.
Of course she did, because they're
Genius,
incredible. You can't watch Bewitched and fall asleep. Dick Van Dyke,
right?
come on. Yeah, I tried boring, ocean documentaries, and, my this was, like, when he first started not sleeping, and my kid was like, "What's that? Is that a shark? What is that? Is that coral?" And he was just I thought it was so boring, and he was so into it.
Right. Yep, they're
I'm glad y'all
inquisitive
can relate.
minds.
Yeah.
All right, here's a fun one. What are some of your best and your worst buys or flips?
Well, um I've had some of my best flips have been things I got for free that I wasn't looking for. So I don't know what
That
that tells you about my ability to source. But
yes.
so for example, and I have videos about these items on my YouTube channel. So if you're like, "Ooh, I'm curious, I want to know more about that." I think most of the things
Mhm.
I'll talk about now, I should have a video for. But the big one was this Grand Theft Auto uh, game for PS2, I wanna say. It was a sealed grant see, now I don't even know what I'm talking about because it fell into my lap. But my husband picked up, a box of video games from Facebook Marketplace that he got for, like, 10 bucks. Grand Theft Auto was one of them. It was sealed, it's vintage, I think it was, like, PS2 version, and there was something well, that game's already inappropriate, but there was something extra inappropriate about this version of the game, which made it, extra like valuable because they actually cut that part of the game with later releases because it was
Oh,
too inappropriate. And
how did
so,
you know that was that version? Was the cover
well,
different or
you know what we did? We just scanned all the games when we got them, and my husband was like, "Whoa, this one's scanning for like kind of a lot of money. I was like, what? Why? So then we did some digging to find out like what was going on with this game. So I got it not authenticated. I got it graded.
Okay.
So I like took the time, and it was right before whatever grading company I used. This was like 2 years ago, so that's why I'm being forgetful right now. But whatever grading company I used had some drama like right after I sent it. But luckily I was able to get in before all that happened. And so they sent it back to me. It was graded. It was like in great condition. I listed it at auction. I think I started at like $1,000 for this game. It sold for over $2,000.
Holy smokes. Wow.
Dude, I know. And this was 2021. So people just didn't know what to do with their money back then. I miss those days.
Wow.
Yeah.
No words. So apparently there is a version of Grand Theft Auto we should all be looking for. But the
Yeah.
fact
And
that it was
sealed.
new is, I mean, obviously a huge part of it. But even if it's used, I'm sure you'd still get a couple $100 or something out
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't know if like the market for it is the same now or even higher, but 2000, that was
Yeah, video
crazy.
games, 2020, 20 and 21, like I was selling Wii's all day long for like 120 to 150 bucks.
Yeah,
Like for Wii's. And it's like now I can't even get them off the shelf for $50. So
right.
it's
It's not wild.
awful. I miss those days.
So that was a
Good night,
really great flip.
Christy. Feel better.
Oh, yeah, I feel better. Thanks for popping in.
Yeah.
I don't know what my worst flip has been. Probably just, some stuff I picked up in the early days where I was like, oh, Gap. Gap is nice. And I didn't realize that it doesn't have resale
St.
value.
John's. That's a good one. JC Penney's brand. Yep.
Right, right.
Let's see. Do-do-do-do. What is your favorite thing about this business?
Um, Yeah, I think that the flexibility, the sustainability of it. I have been a thrifter, garage saler my whole life, so I don't think it's weird to go to places like the thrift store or the bins and find value in other people's items. Um,
Mhm.
I I have a 1950s home. I don't need to buy a new home. I'm all in on the sustainability of it. So I
Yep.
think that's really great. Because I mean, we as a society, we have a lot of stuff, right? So if I can avoid buying a
Yep.
new thing and have, like this pencil holder thing that's an Elvis little tumbler. I got that
Oh,
thrifting, and now it
good.
makes me happy on the shelf. So that's what I like about it is the sustainability. Oh, my son's coming in. He's gonna say hi. You want to say hi?
Ooh,
Real quick?
hello.
This is the one that avoids bedtime. Do you want to pop up here? No, you got the hiccups.
Oh my goodness.
You want to say hi? Wave.
You are adorable.
Thank you. But
He's a
yeah.
lot quieter than mine. Mine comes in with a scene.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised he snuck in here.
All right, let's see. What is Oh, here's your friend. Okay, we got him. Hey, where's your top? You say hi.
Say hi, little friend.
We've got similar hairstyles.
Oh
Just a
yeah.
that.
And he's 4, right?
He's gonna be 4 on December 13th. So in a month.
When's your birthday, you wanna say? You don't wanna say? In March, we'll be 5.
Okay, so
Mhm.
it's a solid year older. What is your favorite reseller tip that you wish everyone knew?
Mm. Oh, no. I didn't do my homework, so
Okay,
this
that's
is
okay. Well, that's my fault that it didn't send or I didn't
No,
send
no,
it.
you're good, you're
I
good.
can go on to the next one. What about think on that,
Okay.
and this might be another thinker. What was the hardest learning curve that you found in reselling? What would you say is the hardest learning curve?
Yeah, I think something that you talk about on your channel a lot is sell-through rate, and
What's inside?
I know it's pink inside. You found my squishy. Um,
Yeah.
and I think it's so easy to see like, oh, well, someone listed this for $50, so it must be valuable. But there's like a lot listed that aren't actually selling or whatever. And so I think actually paying attention to that and looking into the
Yeah.
stats is very it's a learning curve because it's like difficult to do. You want to feel excited that you got something great.
Right.
But you need to dig a little deeper and make sure that it truly is worth picking up, especially for whatever price. And also, yeah, like not paying a lot of money for inventory is a learning curve. And maybe even my tip too is because, like I said, I'm going to thrift shops and I'm definitely spending more than going to the bins or a garage sale. But that's just because a choice I have to make right now. But I think for people, like, don't go to Goodwill and spend $8 on a sweater to flip. Like, you deserve better than
Right.
that, you know.
Yeah.
Unless it's
Do
gonna
that when
sell
you're
for
actually
50 bucks.
making money to put into your business. That's not your
Yeah,
starting point. Like, go to the
exactly.
sales at the end of the day where you can fill a bag for $2 and learn on that rather than learning at $5 to $10 a piece.
Yeah.
That is absolutely great advice.
And take free
Right.
stuff from people, man. Like,
Yeah.
don't overwhelm yourself, but take the free inventory so that you can continue to practice and learn and you might find some, like I said, a lot of the things that I've sold for the best prices were things I didn't what are you doing? Were things I didn't even expect to get. For example, like a vintage like little Weber grill that was on the side of the road. I wouldn't have picked that up, but it sold for like $100. I'm like, okay. You learn a lot
Wow.
by trying that stuff out.
Definitely. And the best thing is it's cheap education. And I say that a lot also on the channel. When you can buy something in bulk to learn about it, that's going to be your best education. Like to buy that bag of clothing or that box of estate pipes. That was my new favorite thing now because I bought a box of them for like 20, $30 and I've made over $1,000 on it.
A
Like
box
it's
of what was it?
estate pipes. They were old tobacco pipes.
And you mean like
Yeah.
smoking pipes, right? I swear one time you brought up the pipes and I was like, pipes like plumbing?
No, like tobacco pipes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure people can do other things, but whatever. So it is tobacco pipes, but they're old, made of wood, like quality pieces. And I knew nothing about them. Just a quick search. I didn't even know what to call them when I was looking it up. Now I know they're called estate pipes. But I'm like, all right, they're worth at least like $10 each, right? So I'm gonna just buy them all and I'll learn about them later. And turned out there were certain brands that were definitely sought after and certain styles that are sought after. And uh, that's the best way to learn is when you can take those items home for cheap and learn at your pace rather than
Mm.
rushing it in a thrift store and feeling the pressure in a thrift store to decide, do I buy it, do I not? If you're buying it cheap enough, learn on it.
Yeah, just don't let
But
it fall into your death pile. Do the work and learn and get it done. That's
yep,
my own
and if
mistake I had to learn from.
$2 decides to be redonated, you just learned whatever you needed to learn for $2. Like, that's
That's
a
so
win.
true. That's so true.
And you can write off the $2. Ooh, Christy's asking, any fun plans for winter break with the family?
Ooh, well, we haven't fully talked about it yet, but my oldest son, his birthday is 2 days after Christmas, and
Ooh,
he is full winter baby. And the last few years, we haven't gotten as much snow as he would like. So we're actually
mhm.
looking to book a trip to go further up north to get some snow. so,
Fun.
so yeah, we have some friends that have a house in Michigan, and we might go up near the lake and experience that. Yes, bud.
Oh, fun.
But otherwise, yeah, hanging with family. Luckily my family only lives. My parents are 45 minutes away, so we go and see grandma and grandpa all the time, and we'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
What about
we're the
you?
same.
Do you have fun winter break plans?
We're still warm, so no snow, but we um my immediate family is all really close, within like 20 minutes. So the immediate family, we get together on the weekly. And then my in-laws live about an hour away. So we send them about once a month. So we'll spend some time with them, but it's all just local. We don't go anywhere out of town. We like staying local.
Yeah.
But seeing snow would be fun. We have Mount Lemon, which is about an hour away, and they do get snow. So
Do
maybe
you
an
have to
hour and a
go
half.
way up on the mountain to get the snow, or?
Not too high. I don't know what the elevation is, but it's doable. It's
Nice.
definitely doable. And then if we go about 4 hours away to Flagstaff. They get snow, and they're like Colorado mountains type snow. They've got pine trees and legit snow.
That's awesome.
Where Mount
Well,
Lemon is like your icy, not fluffy, build a snowman kind of snow.
that's an important distinction.
It really is. It's a snowman. Seeing snow would be awesome. Yeah. Well, yeah, you don't get much snow out in Florida either. We got snow last winter. I think it was in January. They actually got some measurable snow and our town freaked out. Like everyone thought the schools were gonna close and like what are we gonna do? There's snow on the ground. It's like
Yeah. Well, and if you don't have the infrastructure to handle it and you don't have the ice melt and all that, it could get pretty
right.
scary pretty fast.
It could, but it didn't even stick to anything but the grass. And so the kids just got to play in it, which is a novelty. And we're like, okay, you don't have snow pants, you don't have boots. We're lucky if we have gloves, but they're usually just like for fashion, not for warmth. So the kids are not prepared to go play in the snow. So they
Wow.
usually freeze. Mount Lemon is the first place I saw snow in Arizona. Yes. Snow, what snow? I'm from Texas. Yep.
Hey, y'all got some snow one time, didn't you? Well, probably not Western Texas. Was that Dallas or I don't know. I don't remember where that was.
Dallas or Texas is huge. So they have like don't they have 2 or 3 different time zones in Texas? It's crazy. They're
I have
huge.
family in Texas, and when they came for Christmas, they demanded snow. Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm And fireflies in the summer. They wanted to see the fireflies.
There you go. I'll take the snow when I can just see it every once in a while. Like I don't miss it at all. I'm from Colorado, so I grew up with all the snow and all the digging out your car and
Oh.
shoveling your way to the driveway, and I don't miss that. Not at all. All right. How do you see your business growing in the future? Reselling, YouTube, Instagram, all of it.
Awesome. Wow, what a good question. Thank you. Well, I am hoping to get back into listing more consistently, really to grow maybe close to back to how I was in my heyday a few years ago. Um, so I have my eyes on the horizon of this one going to bed at a decent time and me getting to
I will come.
yeah, it will. I can feel it. I can feel it. And then with YouTube too, I have taken a long sabbatical from YouTube, and I also want to get back into that,
Yeah.
um, and give myself a break and put less pressure on it. Like have just some great conversations like today, and do some casual haul videos. I really felt like I was trying to. I don't know how to put it. I really feel like I was trying to like be the next YouTuber, and it was very time consuming as well. So when I was putting
Right.
so much into YouTube, my actual reselling started suffering.
Yeah.
And so finding the
Because you
balance
can't
there.
all. And if you put all the focus into YouTube, you don't have time to put it in the reselling. And then if it's all in the reselling, you don't have the time to put it in YouTube. And so, yeah, you can't put all your eggs in all the baskets. So you do have
Yeah.
to prioritize.
Yeah, but I'm excited. I'm feeling like I can make more time for YouTube again. So I want to put some hauls out there, maybe some what solds, and
That's
just
awesome.
kind of see what happens. So if you have been following me and you're like, Chelsea, where have you been? This is
Yeah,
kind of my intro to get back out there, and I'm excited for it.
that's awesome. So yes, anyone on here, if you're not following, I just post. Well, it's probably way up in the chat now, but I post. Maybe it's still in my copy paste. Yes, follow her on YouTube.
Oh, thanks.
And also on Instagram, same channel name, Monarch Alley. Did I spell it right? MONARCHALLEY. Yes. Okay. Sorry, I'm just spell checking to my screen.
I love it.
So definitely follow on all of her channels. And Chelsea, I want to thank you so much for
Oh,
coming
thank
on
you.
here. We're here at the top of the hour, so I want to respect your time to have a night of partying with your son because I'm going to keep partying mine. So thank you so much for coming on.
Say
You want
hi.
to say hi to this handsome guy? All right. Well, thank you, friends, for everyone being in the chat. This was a lot of fun.
Yes,
Oh,
thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. And really, thank you for having me on. It was so much fun, and I just really appreciate you.
Oh my goodness.
Do we have the
Emily.
sillies? Do we have the sillies now?
Oh my goodness. All right, you kiddos. All right, Chelsea, thank you so much. Have a happy holiday. Happy holidays to everyone in the chat. I will see everyone in 2024 and
Woo!
have a fabulous weekend.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.